one of a series to be handed down as a result of a special grand jury investigation. Grave robbing in Texas is this hour's top news story. An informant led off the Sheriff's
Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of FanCam Commentary. And this is another Halloween edition. And today we're going to be looking at a very violent and insane match between Leatherface number 1 and Leatherface number 2 versus Soji Nakamaki and Hiroshi Ono in the promotion IWA Japan. IWA Japan known for death matches during their short stint in the 90s. They were kind of competing against FMW, a much larger promotion. In 1995, they did the massive first ever King of the Deathmatch tournament, famously, which is still talked about today. Won famously by Cactus Jack in the finals against Terry Funk. Nakamaki and Ono, they wrestled while in IWA Japan and Wing, and later on, I think Nakamaki even wrestled a little bit in Big Japan. But they wrestled against the likes of Cactus Jack and Terry Funk during that short stint. But in this match right here, they're going against two very different challengers in Leatherface number 1 and Leatherface number 2. And if anyone has seen this match prior to watching this, you know what you're in for. If you haven't, then this is going to be very, very violent. As you can see, the crowd already anticipating the entrance of the Leatherface 1 and 2, who comes through the crowd with the chainsaws, scattering the crowd as they tower over everybody. I'm not sure which one is 1 and 2. I think the one there with the elbow pad, though, I think that is Kirshner, formerly of the WWF back in the 80s, FMW mostly during the 90s. He's running through the crowd, Bruiser Brody style. I'm not sure who Leatherface 2 there. I'm just going to call that fatter one 2. I'm not sure who that is at all. Probably look into that. I might pop that up on the screen if I do find that. And so you see the crowd is they're just like are herding them like cattle. It's a pretty awesome sight. As Nakamaki and Ono are in the ring waiting, and as you can see on the ring are what looks like 2x4s with nails driven through them. This is a nail-held death match. They got beds of nails in the corner. And I don't know what happened backstage. I don't know what Nakamaki and Ono, as you see, they do a double suplex there to who I'm calling Leatherface number 2. I'm not sure if they pissed him off in the back or what, but this is one of the most brutal matches. Maybe they just went in balls to the wall and said whatever. There might be a language barrier here, I'm not sure, but this one is, as you can see, a complete bed of nails up against those ropes right there. But this match is insane. This is 1995, I believe. I mean, this is an extremely long time ago in the realm of even deathmatch wrestling. I mean, you had like the explosion death matches in FMW. But really, on a violence level, IWA Japan had a couple of different things. There was this one match where they used plates of glass. Today they use this much safer glass that is like tempered, but they use this real glass that is just vicious, and these dudes get cut all to shit in it. Super early in death matches. I don't know if they did know better or what, but you see it. Leatherface number 2 driving, I believe that's Nakamaki's head into one of the bottom of the beds of nails as he's already gushing blood. Referee checking on him. I'm not sure where the other Leatherface is or Ono. So, there they are. Okay, spotted them there. The camera finally panned out. This is the second episode in the Halloween edition of FanCam that I'm doing. Please subscribe, like the video, share it if you enjoy this. I got 2 more coming later this month before Halloween, before we're back to probably less violent matches. There will still be violent matches here and there, but every match this month is the first one that dropped last week. The Manny Fernandez match against Vader number 3 was a pretty crazy one. This one I think is a little bit more brutal though, just for the length of it. This is like a 20-minute beating of these poor Japanese dudes. You can see, I think that's Kirshner there. It's Leatherface 1. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. If anybody knows better, tell me in the comments. But he was just choking him down on the mat. You see, he's just got his head driven right into those nails there. I mean, there's nowhere to go. The crowd going crazy. Some of the pops from the crowd in this match are awesome, too. Like, they can tell what's happening. They're like, oh, my God. So this goes perfect with Halloween, though. I mean, you have literally Leatherface, 2 of them, duplicate Leatherfaces, destroying 2 dudes. See Leatherface number 2 now taking one of the I can't tell who that is there. They're both wearing the white shirts and the jeans into the far side, and he just throws them right into. I'm not sure. That might be a barbed wire on a board there that he just got tossed into there. I believe it is. 1, 2 count. Still kicking out. Yeah, I believe that's actually on one side. You have the bed of nails, and then there he just got thrown into the barbed wire board. I believe that's Nakamaki there is getting thrown in as well. They're going to go for another cover here. 1, 2. Kind of wish these guys would just stay down. I mean, this is a long bit pounding here. Oh, here we go. Oh no! I thought we were going to have a little bit of a babyface comeback here in this death match, but that's not to be. So you can't even really. I mean, you can't throw your guys even into the ropes here. This is just everywhere is nails. And here in a little bit, these guys are going to start ripping those off and using them in very, very different ways. See, there was a pin attempt and a breakup by Leatherface, number 1. It was the more famous of the Leatherfaces. There's a few different Leatherfaces. I think there's even a Leatherface number 3 that still goes today, randomly. But this one right here, the one at the elbow pad, I believe that's Kirshner. I'm going by that because he looks like he's in pretty decent shape, but he was a monster in wrestling a little bit. Very, very feared guy. He would definitely fight you if he thought you were doing him wrong in the ring. Didn't last long in the WWF when he was there in the 80s because of his attitude. He was just known as being a guy that you didn't want to mess with. He went to jail in Japan at one point. There's a story where he got into. There's a strip in Japan. I've heard lots of different wrestlers talk about that is kind of seedy. And if you go down that area, there's going to be dudes offering you different things, prostitutes, what have you. And there was this guy that would not leave Leatherface number 1, Kirshner, alone. And Kirshner got in a fight and fucked this guy up. And he went to jail in Japan. I think he was in jail for a minute, like 6 months. I'm gonna look that up to get the actual time frame right. But it wasn't just overnight. He actually spent actual time in a Japanese prison for just beating a dude up. But the guys that tell the story basically say that this guy was harassing him, and he just had enough of it. You see there. Going to throw, I believe that's Ono. Oh, into the nails brutally. As you can see, they just whipped him full force into those nails. I mean, there was nothing he could do. As you can see, he's just favoring his hands and his face. Oh, chest first for the other one. I believe that's Nakamaki. Now we're going to get a pin here. 1, 2. The force that these guys are driving them into the nails is just brutal, though. There's nowhere to go. Nothing for these guys to do except take and absorb the punishment that's coming. I mean, this match is, I've learned about it probably within the last decade, honestly, after I've gotten pretty more heavily into death matches, but, this match was a heavily tape-traded match throughout the 90s and the 2000s. It's one of those, must-see, almost, if any horror movie fans out there, Cannibal Holocaust-esque style match, this is something that you look for or try to find. Of course, now it's on YouTube. Anybody can find this stuff, but there was a time frame when it wasn't so accessible, and this is one of those matches that you just had to see, along with, Terry Funk or the IWA King of the Deathmatch tournament from '95. The whole thing, I mean, that was one of those tapes that was just everybody wanted to see. That was one of my first eBay grabs, even before I got, everything was so accessible on the internet as it is today in high school in the early 2000s. And it came, it was watchable and it was fine, but it came in, it was I mean, I guess there's no other way to get it but just a bootleg disc that you get. And it had the tournament on it. You see, just driving. I believe that's Ono's head just into the nails there. They haven't started ripping these nails, these planks off of the ropes yet. That's going to be coming soon. Oh, man, this is just a bloodbath. As you can see, the ref there is just checking on him, trying to see what's going on. There's just cuts everywhere. I mean, this is a gore fest. This is right up there with any Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Dragon, believe that's Nakamaki. I could be totally getting these names wrong. These guys, they look identical with the white shirts and the jeans, and he just gets tossed into the other side, which is the board of nails. Here we go. We're going to get a double power bomb right here. Yes, boom, right in the middle. We could get a cover here. And these guys just keep getting up. That's the thing. That's an arrogant cover with the foot, though, and he isn't going to have that. See, the thing about Japanese wrestlers and wrestlers in general, but especially Japanese wrestlers in their culture, is respect. You know, I mean, they're not just going to, no matter how bad you beat these guys up, they're just going to keep coming back. They just don't want to be beat. I mean, as you can see, Leatherface number 2 is starting to rip one of those planks and nails, and he got it off of the ropes, and the crowd just goes crazy. I mean, this is a bloodthirsty crowd right here. You talk about the ECW crowd from the 90s and how they wanted blood in the ECW arena in Philadelphia. This crowd is ready. And this is even funnier because look at most of the crowd. I mean, they're dressed nice. Like, they're in suits and shit. Like, these dudes came from the office ready for a bloodbath down at Kurigan Hall in Japan. Did you see that leg drop? With the nails on his chest. And he's just driving them right there. Look at his ear. Again. Getting it. Oh, man. Finally, I'm not sure who that was. Now their faces are completely covered in blood, but pulled Leatherface number 2 off of his buddy. But still, these nails are in play here. Now, look at this. He's just picking up and swinging it at him. I mean, there's nothing to do but fall down and pray to God that he stops. I think he's going to try lariat with it. Yeah, nailed him. I mean, there's no moving out of the way. There's no reversals here. This is just a beating. I don't know if they've had any offense at all against the Leatherfaces. Very little, if so. Again, into the far side, to the right side. Leatherface number 2. Taken, I believe that's Ono. I'm going by the jean lightness here. I'm going with the darker colors as Nakamaki and the lighter colors as Ono. Still picking up that plank. There we go, high five. Deathmatch, warrior high five in the middle of the ring by the Leatherfaces. And I would say Leatherface number 2 is American also. Kirshner is from America. He ran, like I was saying, this Leatherface gimmick for a long time. I don't think he wrestles anymore. I think that he has done like conventions and stuff, but I don't believe that he's like a regular wrestler. But through the 90s, I mean, he's on all these old tapes, all these old FMW deathmatch tapes. And like when they came out in the beginning, they were just running through the crowd, and the crowd running away in fear as they got the chainsaws going, which I don't think the chainsaws were actually with a chain on them going. I think there was some kind of gimmick to that, but still, it looks awesome. The crowd was fearful enough of these two monsters chasing them to get the hell out of the way, so... See, I believe Leatherface number 1, and I can't see, I believe that's Nakamaki outside. And Leatherface number 2 and Ono in the ring right now. Oh, headbutt, here we go. Okay, a little bit of, maybe on the comeback trail a little bit here, a couple of headbutts. as they're just reeling on Leatherface number 2. Into the bed of nails goes Leatherface, finally tasting a little bit of the nails. 14 minutes deep into this match. Small package, 1, 2. Oh, very unusual move to see. A classic wrestling move in all this violence. As you can see the sea of people out there. Pushes him into the nails again, trying to get the crowd behind him, but moves out of the way. A very short-lived comeback as he runs face first into the nails himself. Got next week, folks, we're going to be looking. Oh, whoa, that was awesome! Whoa, Nakamaki with the fireball. He got a roll up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shit, that's it. Oh, man. That was a fire. He just blew fire at him and got the upset. Oh, man. This is not the end of this footage. There's a little bit more to come. As you can see, they just immediately start attacking these guys. They did, I believe, get the win here. Yeah, as you can see, one of the young boys coming in and trying to stop them. But what proceeds to happen here is just an even bigger, relentless beating. But he got the roll-up after the fire was blown on him. That was really cool. That looked amazing. They're pulling down the wall of nails there, the board of nails, and they're just gonna proceed to beat Nakamaki and Ono up brutally. But next week we're going to have a double feature. It's going to be Kanemaru. The reason I'm doing a double feature on this one is both pieces of footage that I'm showing are short. One of them is going to be the Kevin Sullivan incident, the massacre from Smoky Mountain Wrestling from the early to mid 90s, and then we're going to be looking at his another one of these tape trading incidents from Wing when he was set on fire. Probably the most brutal fire spot in the history of pro wrestling. He was out for many, many months. Some of the pictures online of his back after are horrific. We're going to be looking at those, though. And right now, that was a double power bomb that they just did on nails to, I believe, Nakamaki. As they just took out the ref. This tiny-ass ref just got thrown out of the ring. They're just demolishing it. As he's going up to the top now, as he has him laid out on the nails, is he going to put the barbed wire board on top of him? They've made a sandwich, and the biggest one, Leatherface number 2, who looks about 300 pounds, jumps off and just puts. Oh, he didn't. Leatherface number 1, Kirshner, didn't think that he put enough weight on him, and then just put all of his body weight again on him as he's sandwiched between the nails and the barbed wire. Another wrestler running in and trying to stop this, being halted, and they're just beating the hell out of everyone, man. Everyone that comes into the ring right now is trying to stop the Leatherfaces, and they're just, somebody's bringing a chair in. Leatherface number 2's getting out of there. Finally, someone brought a chair in and got these guys out of there, but they just beat the hell out of Nakamaki and Ono. Crazy environment and match in IWA Japan during the 90s, the mid-90s, during their short run as a promotion. I think they've had little stints, maybe reunion shows here and there. I could be wrong on that. I know Wing has tons of those. But IWA Japan for a minute was a pretty cool promotion. Spending a lot of money trying to do some stuff. Trying to come off the height of FMW's deathmatch stuff in the 90s, which was drawing huge crowds. You can see the Leatherfaces bringing their chainsaws out. But yeah, join me next week for the Kanemaru double feature. And then I believe the last week is going to be an FMW, another fire match, some more fire. It's going to be Sabu and the original Sheik versus Tarzan Goto and Atsushi Onita. And another famous match that was one of those tape trader matches that you've got to be seen to believe. These guys, we've seen those fire matches happen and done pretty well. As the footage here is going to be ending, as it looks like the Leatherfaces are just battling everyone in the arena. The crowd is just kind of getting them out now. That's some insane footage right there. That is wild stuff. As it's going to be coming down to an end. But the fire match that I'm going to be showing from FMW is crazy. These dudes, I don't know what was going on, but the fire, the gasoline they were using, it becomes a mess quick, and the after footage is pretty cool. Perfect with the Halloween vibe again. But yeah, please subscribe again. Like the video, really helps me out. Leave a comment for anything you want to see in the future. And yeah, I will see you next week. Thanks.